Okay, so we're going to be talking all about Bay State Bike Month. And yeah, I'll just get started. And if anyone has any questions, throw them in the chat. And I can get to them when I'm done sharing the screen, or Crystal can let me know what questions we have. And there will be time at the end of this to share some tips and tricks and just chat with folks. But we're gonna go through a couple of slides first. Okay. Awesome. So we like to start all of these with MassBike's values. So at MassBike, we want to be a resource for better bicycling for all riders across Massachusetts. And we want to support our coalition partners, those grassroots organizations like our Friends of groups, or more official capacities like working with MassDOT's Mass Trails, all sorts of entities from small to large are our coalition partners in this work. And we really like to lean into the ease of bicycling advocacy with equity as our lens. So one of our goals for Bay State Bike Month is to help make bicycling more equitable across Massachusetts through the types of events we hope our community partners will host, and through encouraging more folks to get out riding. So now that we have covered our values, okay, so last year's Bay State Bike Month, I hope some of you took part in it, and I know for some of you this is new, but last year we had over 100 events across Massachusetts that our community partners hosted, which was amazing, and especially amazing because we are still in our pandemic era and we hosted in September. So I know a lot of folks kind of went back and forth on plans, but we're able to get 100 events, whether they be in person outside or virtual or self-guided tours. We had all sorts of things going on and it was really awesome. We hosted a week-long ride tracking challenge with the Transportation Management Associations on our Love to Ride platform, and also partner with them on their platforms. We hosted a few social media challenges where people were able to share photos and share stories about their rides based on certain themes, to win some prizes from our really generous sponsors. And most of that stuff is all coming back, perhaps in a slightly different form than last year. But we're going to build on what we did last year. And then we had 24 amazing sponsors that supported Bay State Bike Month last year. And something that's great about this support is that it helps fund our better bicycling work year round. So it funds all the work that our staff are putting into Bay State Bike Month to bring it to you all, but it also helps fund future work that we do throughout the year. And baystatebikemonth.org is our website where all of this stuff lives. That's going to be on a bunch of these slides, so you won't forget it. But that's where everything I'm talking about today will be living. So awesome. Bay State Bike Month 2022. We're doing it in May this year. Yay! This is aligning with the National League of American Bicyclists National Bike Month. So we're just lining up all of our dates to go with their momentum. As I said in the previous slide, we're going to have those events, we're going to have social media challenges, and we're going to have a ride tracking challenge in a slightly different capacity, but kind of the same, but slightly different. And I will talk about that soon. So the overarching goals, kind of going back to our core values that I talked about earlier, the big goal is to grow our advocacy network across Massachusetts through these celebrations of bicycling and these challenges, and also to build a better and more diverse biking community. So as I said previously, that's where we want the events that we hope you all can help us host. We're really trying to aim for things that are inclusive and cover a lot of different bases in terms of types of events, right? And there are some key dates that we're targeting. So May 1st is National Ride a Bike Day. We're going to do a special social media campaign for that, but I'm still forming it. So I don't have key details on that quite yet, but stay tuned. May 16th through the 20th is Bike to Work Week. And then Friday, May 20th is Bike to Work Day. So if you are thinking about doing stuff with commuters, those might be the week and the day that you might want to target. But I know out here in the Connecticut River Valley, we have towns that are kind of spacing out their bike breakfasts so that advocates can go to a bunch of them. So if you want to coordinate with other folks in your region, that would also be really awesome. So yeah. That are some of our dates. Okay, how to bike month. This is what you're here for. So what you can do is you can go to that awesome website I talked about previously, baystatebikemonth.org. And when May comes, it is going to be fully loaded with all the details for all the things. You can find an event on our public facing events calendar if you just want to go find something to attend. There's a really cool interactive map, so you can like search within like 50 miles of your house and see what's nearby or see what's happening in the whole state. Up to you. You can also host an event. As I mentioned previously, we had a little over 100 events last year. We're hoping we can get folks to plan over 150 events statewide. That's our challenge to you all. And we also have this really awesome resources page that we put together last year that has some like how-to guides on how to run a couple of really popular events. So if you've never hosted a bikey event before and you just want a like starter guide, we have that for you. And MassBike is also happy to be a resource if you have thoughts and ideas, but you need to be connected with folks or need some feedback. Let us know. We'll find some folks to help you out or figure out where the resources are to help you plan something. We want you to share your bike joy with social media challenges. This year, we're going to have 2 of them. I will tell you what they are a little later on. You can track your trips on our Love to Ride platform. We're going to have some prizes for folks who use Love to Ride to track their trips throughout the month. And then we also hope that you follow along with us on our social media. We're at MassBike on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then if you are signed up to get our emails, I am going to be curating an email every week during Bike Month that will have a list of events and then also some other key stuff that's happening throughout the month. So if you are not signed up to our email newsletter, which I think most of you probably are, but you should sign up. And then also you can also Bike Month by sponsoring if you work for a business that might be interested in supporting better bicycling throughout the state. Crystal can let you know all the details. I have a slide later on to talk just about sponsorship, but just tossing that around in your mind. We're looking for financial contributions, as I talked about earlier, but also just prizes for these awesome challenges we're doing. We want to incentivize folks to get riding, and who doesn't like a prize? I mean, I do. Okay, so I'm going to talk about planning events for a good section, and then I'll talk about the other ways you can engage. So one of the ways we're asking you to engage is if you want to plan an event. So here's a list of a couple of popular events you could do. So the ones that are highlighted in the purple are the ones we have those awesome resource guides for. So bike breakfast, kids bike rodeos, bike counts, and group rides. We made how-to guides for all 4 of those. You can see our 1-pager on how to bike breakfast that our amazing intern from last year, Noah, made for us. So we have a little one pager that's graphic and beautiful like this for each of those. And then we also have like a longer step-by-step, more in-depth how-to for each of these. That's on the baystatebikemonth.org/resources page. Some other things that you could potentially host throughout Bike Month is a lights brigade. MassBike has free bike lights that we can send you, that you can distribute in your communities as part of Lights Brigade. There's always need out there for folks to be brightened up. That's one way you can do it, and MassBike can give you the lights to do that. We always love a bike valet. If there is a community event already happening in your community that's like really popular in May and they don't provide bike parking, maybe this would be a great chance to partner with them and make that event a little more bike friendly by adding bike valet. And if you need some resources for that, MassBike can help there too. If you don't want to do anything in person still, you want to have some digital access, you can always host a webinar. Bike maintenance classes are super popular, or tune-up days, and then self-guided rides. I know out here in the Cuyahoga River Valley, the Friends of Northampton Trails do a really awesome tree ride that's like self-guided, and you go, and they have like recordings of like about the history of all the trees. It's so fun. So something like that is something you can easily put together that doesn't require a lot of people power, right? Like there's some planning on the front end, but then when it comes to the touring, folks kind of are on their own. Whereas some of these other things, you're going to need some volunteers, you're going to need some people to help you out and support you. So if you are going to plan an event, we have all these resources to help you publicize your event, because that's step 2. Once you plan it, you can put it on our public-facing Bay State Bike Month calendar, as I said. And I will send out this PowerPoint to everyone afterwards, so you'll have all these links. I'm not expecting you to scribble these down right now, but you can register an event on our website. All the events that end up getting registered on our public-facing calendar, I'll make sure those get into our general communications. So they will be added to our newsletter. I will make social media posts about them. If you put it on that list, I will make sure from MassBike's perspective, we help you get the word out on our social and on our newsletters. The back end of this can be a little funky. So if you want to add some like photos to your listing or to like jazz it up, please email them to me at bikeinfo@massbike.org, and I will jazz up your back end to make your event post look like really nice. Sometimes it's a little hard from just the way our website works. So if you want it spruced up, send us some photos. I'll make sure your event is looking nice. And then new this year, I am putting together a Bay State Bike Month press kit. It is going to have a template for a press release that you can put together. If you need help with where to send the press release once you put it together, let us know. We can help with that. But I know a lot of you have press partners, have people in your community you can send it out to. So I just wanted to give you a little template to help you out there. This press kit will also include some social media templates. And once we get our Bike Month like little logo for this year, so like last year's logo, we had our, oh, you can't see it because I blurred my screen. Last year's logo was cool, and we'll have stuff. I'll make some social media images for you. They're not ready yet, but they will live all in this Google Drive that will be linked out. So when you add an event to our calendar, you're going to get a link to this press kit. Also, if you cannot find it, email me. I'll also link it on the website as well, but it's still in the works. Here's my key tip for you when you're putting an event on the calendar. Please put in a detailed address as to where your event is going to be located. Not only will that help people find your event, but also it makes sure that it like shows up on our map. If you like don't put your full address in there, it doesn't always show up on the map, right? And I want them to show up on the map. I want us to see all the events and where they're located. Great. Okay, so this is also new. We are trying to get some good data about who's coming to our events. Like I said before, we're trying to make sure that we are getting all types of riders with our events. So I created this pre-survey, and then I also created a couple of other survey materials for you all. So the organizer pre-survey is kind of for us. So it's so that we can send you things. You will get a link to this pre-survey in the automated email when you register an event, so that you can give us your address and we can send you things. So we're going to send you some data collection materials that we would love for you to use, but also like we get that events are super busy, but we just like hope you do, and send them back to us. We're even going to send you a self-addressed return envelope with postage so you can send us back some data. And if you host an event, we want to send you a t-shirt. We're going to be getting Bay State Bike Month t-shirts with whatever our new design is going to be for this year. I'm wearing last year's. Last year's was super comfy. I'll do my best to make sure this year's is super comfy. We want to thank you for hosting events. And then also we have some swag that you can opt in to get. And now I'm worried that because I blurred everything, you won't be able to see it, but we have these cool reflective ankle bands. If you want some, you can have some. You just need to tell us in your event pre-survey so that we can send them to you. Awesome. So say your event is happening. Awesome. We hope you have lots of fun. That's like the #1 thing we want you to do at your event. But we also want you to take some photos and videos to share with us and with the general world. I know that can also be really hard. So if you have an event with volunteers, I highly suggest designating one to be your photo video human. And that will be like their main job. Because if you don't designate this, sometimes it just doesn't happen. I know MassBike, we hosted some events last year where like I got tied up doing other things that needed to happen. And we just didn't get as many photos or videos as we wanted. So something to think about while you're pre-planning this. We also want you to find out how it went for attendees. As I said, we have these participant surveys we'll send to you, but also if you just generally chat with folks to see how it went, that helps you plan a better event in the future. And it also helps us see if there's other things people want, so that we can help folks as well. Okay, after the event is over, if you could send the surveys back to us that I've talked about several times now, and we will give you the ability to do that. And also those photos and videos I was talking about, if you want to email them to us at Bike Info, I can make sure that they're added to our social media and in our newsletter. Also, if you post about the event on social using the Bay State Bike Month hashtag, I can also retweet or reshare your things. Here's an example on the screen of an event I went to last year. That was during Bike Month. There was a ribbon cutting in Holyoke for a new Valley Bike Station. I made sure to use the Bay State Bike Month hashtag and kind of share out about the event. Something I also want to note about the hashtag, for accessibility reasons, for folks who might use screen readers, best practice would be to capitalize the beginning of each word so that it is read out by each word. Also, this is something I'm still working on all the time to remember to do, but adding alt text to your photos is a super easy step to make sure that your social media posts are more accessible for everyone on the internet. So something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm done talking about events. So if you do not plan to make an event, the next ones are for you. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 social media challenges. These were our 2 most popular challenges last year, so I decided to bring them back. We had the Carry It With You challenge last year. This person submitted this photo of them carrying so many onions. It was so funny to me, so I wanted to include it on the slide. But basically the challenge is show us what you're carrying on your bikes. Is it many onions? Is it bringing your child to school? Like, what are you doing with your bike? Snap a photo, send it in to us. I will give you a preview that Nantucket Bike Basket is sending us baskets again. So you might get your chance to win a really cool bike basket from Nantucket Bike Basket for taking part in this challenge. And then we have our Be a Bike Buddy challenge. We want to make sure that we're getting folks riding, getting new folks riding. The Be a Bike Buddy challenge. Basically take a ride with your friend, with your bud, snap a photo on your ride, send it in. I've not determined what the prize is for this one, but each person, you, the submitter, and your buddy will get something for whoever wins this round of social media challenges. So we're really hoping we can get people from all across Massachusetts to show us all the things they're carrying by bike and all the friends that they're riding with throughout the month of May. Cool. And now I'll chat a little bit about our ride tracking. This is another way to engage. If you track your rides, the MassBike Love to Ride group, and I will send out the link after this as well. You could be entered to win some prizes. If you log 3 trips in a week, then I will put you in for the weekly prize. And then everyone who's logged trips throughout the month will be entered into the grand prize drawing. And again, we have Priority Bicycles giving us another amazing, amazing gift card. We raffled a gift card from Priority out last year, and the person was able to upgrade their commuter bike and was so excited. So we hope that we can do that again for someone, and that will be part of the ride tracking. There's a couple steps to participate. You just need to join the Love to Ride group. If you haven't used the Love to Ride, you have 2 options. You can manually enter it, or you can link, if you use Strava, your Stravas can auto upload to Love to Ride. You just need to link it in advance. And I have a little blog post that shows you where you do that. But if anyone has issues with that, reach out to us, bikeinfo@massbike.org. And then we have a challenge entry form that we need you to fill out just so that we can contact you after and also get a little bit of demographic information kind of about who's taking part in this challenge. Again, we hopefully want statewide participation. And then once you've signed up on Love to Ride and filled out my entry form, you just gotta ride and then watch your miles add up and you could win some prizes. Very easy. And we're hoping that this will encourage more folks to ride. Okay, and now we have come to the sponsorship section. We have some really amazing sponsors already signed on for 2022. You can see them on this slide. Crystal, do you want to jump in here?
Sure. Thanks, Jess. So yes, sponsorship underpins all of Bike Month. You know, we need the funding, obviously, to bring this event statewide and to help support our activities throughout the year. And Bike Month is really integral to all of our activities. So we're really grateful to acknowledge the sponsors that we've confirmed to date. They're right there on the slide. Our platinum level sponsors are the Conine Family Foundation and Biogen. And then we have gold with Harvard Transportation and Parking. And then we also have silver and bronze level listed there that you can see on the sheet. And some of the prize sponsors that Jess has mentioned so far are the Nantucket Bike Basket Company, Priority Bicycles, and then Cycle Life is a physical therapy group, and they're going to do a custom fitting for you personalized to your bicycle ride. So that's really awesome and brand new to us. So we'd love to see some new prizes in the mix, some new businesses supporting us. The bronze level starts at $500, but we also have had businesses that give us smaller amounts, and sometimes we put that into our prize budget or other activities. So we hope that if you have any leads, that you'll reach out to me with my email address there. We are doing a really robust job of making sure that that business logo is out there, whether it's in one of these webinars that we do, in our newsletter. At the bottom of every newsletter, all of the logos are incorporated. You also live on the Bay State Bike Month website, as well as at the higher levels year-round on the MassBike website. So we do a lot of recognition, we believe, and of course, you can also get t-shirts as sponsors. So if you're hosting an event, you will get one t-shirt, and depending on your sponsorship level, there are different quantities of t-shirts that will be sent to you. Our Biogen folks really outfit their employees, and they have a group called the something clones. It's escaping me right now, but they have a really clever name for their bike group, and with their sponsorship, all of their employees get t-shirts as well. So that's it for me, but just really grateful. We are a nonprofit, and all donations are tax deductible. So if that's a question for you, as you're working on taxes, you know, this charitable support can be written off. All right. Thanks, Jess.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Crystal. And then, as Crystal noted, you can reach out to her at crystal@massbike.org if you have any questions about sponsorship. I know she would absolutely love to hear from you or your company. Awesome. Okay, so I've got a couple more slides, and then I'm going to actually just end the recording, and then we can have a chat. Something I hope all of you do is help us spread the word about Bay State Bike Month. As I noted before, MassBike is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at MassBike, as easy can be. We're using the Bay State Bike Month hashtag, and if you are not on our mailing list, get on our mailing list right now. massbike.org/get_updates, and that is where you can sign up for that. And as most of you know, we do these monthly meetups every month. I want you to mark your calendars for next month, April 25th at noon. We're going to be doing a National Bike Summit recap for you all. So if you are interested in what we're doing at the federal level to help make better bicycling better for everyone in Massachusetts, I hope you tune in.